All right, today we're going to be reviewing probability. So let's get started. So for this first one, 21 students at school have an allergy to peanuts, shellfish, or both. So 14 students are allergic to peanuts, 12 students are allergic to shellfish. So there's a couple different ways to do it. You could do a Venn diagram. It's not required, but for me it is a good visual. Or you can just reason it out. So what I did is I know that I have, this should be 14, and I knew this should be 12. And then I just figured out how many were overlapping from there, which was 5. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it would be just take however many there are total, which is 26. Well, I know that there's 21 students. So I'm going to take 26 and subtract 21, and that's telling me that there's 5 repeats. So the 5 repeats are going to go in the middle. And that's right here. So that just means that 5 are both. So now that you've got that, now you can go back, and the question says how many of the students are allergic to both. So like I said, you could do this way, or you could draw your diagram like this. But either way, it should be 5. All right, so for this one, I would actually draw a table. I would definitely make a table for this one. You didn't have to do the Venn diagram in the first one because it was not required. But this one, I would definitely make a table. All right, so there's 250 students in the senior class. Of the 250, so that's your grand total right here. 102 are boys. So we've got 102 boys. So I made a column for boys. So then the other would be girls. And then it's talking about the track team. So either they're on the track team or they're not on the track team. And then this, don't forget your total column. So you've got your grand total and your totals here. All right. So the probability is where you're going to make a fraction or a decimal. So in this case, it's going to be a decimal. And you want randomly chosen students. So you're going to look at the grand total, which is right here. From the senior class is a girl who does not run track. So you're going to look of the girl who does not run track is going to be 128. So it's saying you're taking 128 out of the grand total and then divide that on your calculator and you're going to get that. So remember, if you're going to here, since it said on the track team, not on the track, that's why we did a table. All right, for this one, it gives you a table, and it's telling you the frequency. So we have to figure out what's the probability. A randomly selected person at the park is a female, given, so this is the total you're going to use. So given that the person is under 40. Well, we're only going to look at these two columns because this is less than 40. All right, so what you have to do is it wants to know if females, so what you're going to do is you're going to add these two together and you're going to get 60, so that's going to be your numerator. And then for the under 40 total, you're going to add all these people are under 40. And then you're going to make that 60 over 128, which gives you 15 out of 32. So just make sure you read that carefully so you know which total to use. All right, here's another one where I would definitely make a table. And it says a total of 540 customers. Well, that's right here. That's your grand total. Frequented in ice cream responded to a survey asking if they preferred chocolate or vanilla. So I've got chocolate or vanilla. And then of the people is talking about female and male. So that's where I put the topics here. So the purple is all the given information. So 308 preferred chocolate. 263 were female, so go to the female and go there. And 152 of the customers were males who preferred vanilla. So males who preferred vanilla is right there. So we want to know what's the probability that a customer chosen at random is a male or prefers vanilla ice cream. So you could potentially have males that like vanilla, so we need to make sure we go male plus vanilla. But if we have any that are both, we need to subtract out the ones that are repeat or the ones that are can happen at the same time. All right, so the probability of a male would be 277 out of 540. And then the probability of vanilla would be 232 out of 540. Now we need to cross out any that are both. So right here we said they're both, so we don't want to count them twice. So you have to subtract out the ones that are we already took account for. And then once you get that, you get 357 over 540. And that simplifies to 118 over 180. And then look here, and that's your answer. So remember to set up two-way tables if it gives you two different things of like chocolate vanilla, and then it says either male, female, or something like that. So set up your table for that. All right, now for number 5, you have set S, which is -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and T, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to know which set represents the intersection. So remember that's the upside down of S and T. So basically, this is which one's in both. So if you're to think of this as set S and set T, ooh, that's a horrible circle. You want to look to see which ones they both have in common. So just go through, and they both have in common 0, 1, and 2. And then that's your answer right here. All right. For number 6, use the Venn diagram below. What's the complement of set A? So that means, remember, you'll either see it like A prime, or you might see it like that, or it'll just say complement. So that's everything that's not in A. So this is pretty easy. Don't forget, sometimes there might be a number out to the side. So just make sure you're looking at the entire thing, and don't forget any numbers that might be out here. All right. So in this case, there's nothing out there, so we don't have to worry about it. So we're going to say it's everything that is not in set A. So that would be 6 and 8, which is that. All right. And number 7, in gym class, 14 students are going to play basketball. Charles is selected as team captain and will choose 6 more students. So Charles has already been chosen, and we need 6 more. So we want to know how many ways, so we're looking at outcomes, so you're going to need to multiply. Can a team of 7 be chosen? So with that 7, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now Charlie, there's only one Charlie here, so, or Charles, I wrote Charlie, sorry Charles, my bad. All right, so anyways, there's only one Charles there, so now, since we can't do a double Charles, then you're only going to have out of 14, since we took one out for Charles, now you got 13 left. And then just continue, so once you pick somebody, there's no replacement. So then now you got 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8. So you're going to multiply all those together. Here, I don't mean to not use Charles' names. And when you multiply all those together, you're going to get the answer of C. All right. And now for number 8, it says a bag of 6 different colored chips. 2 chips are selected at random. How many different combinations? So that's how many outcomes are you going to get. So you're going to have a whole number. So this isn't probability. Probabilities, you have fractions. Outcomes, you're going to have the whole numbers of colors are possible. So you have 2 chips. Now there's 6, so that gives you 6 possibilities to pick one chip. We do not replace it because you're picking both of them. So it's not like you pick one, put it back. And then now, since we don't replace, you're going to do 5, and that answer is going to be 30. All right, and that is your probability review.